So, okay, welcome you all the students. So, on the YourPedia platform. So, today we are going to discuss our first problem from the computer science algorithm subject. So, that's the problem. Explain heap data structure and its type. We have to mention the 5 application of heap data structure, and we have to construct the min heap from the following elements. And again, we have to show their array representation. So, it's lengthy problem. So, you may face this problem, yeah, with a high weightage. So here the answer of Mrunal. So you start with the definition. Again, the first point you did a mistake. You
Mukesh,
like
sir, it is
never
not being
mentioned.
shared. It is not visible on the screen.
I
I can't see
mm,
that.
okay,
I
sir.
don't know
Wait
whether
a minute.
students can see it, but it is not visible to me.
Is it sir now?
Now it is visible, yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So here is the solution sent by the Mrunal. So Mrunal, the wrong thing you have done is you are not mentioning here definition, the word definition. Fine.
Okay.
Right, you just start with the arrow sign and just start your, so that is the first main problem. So heap is a special tree based data structure in which tree is a complete binary tree. Again, the definition is not up to the mark, definition is not the correct one again. So you have to follow the standard refer book. Maybe Corman, you can go with the Corman, maybe you can go with the Sahani, fine, or you can go with the Robert Sedgwick and just try to find out the definition, proper formal definition of heap data structure, and then you have to mention there.
Mukesh,
Fine.
sir, I also
And
want to ask you, I also want to ask one thing here. Like sometime when student writes some answer, they underline certain words which they think are important. Like in this particular definition, though I have no idea about it, a
yes, sir.
heap is special tree-based data structure in which tree is a complete binary tree. So it is very important that they should mark, underline only those things which are the most important in that those couple of lines.
Right,
Sometimes
sir.
student have this habit of underlining everything or underline something which is not important. So that
Yes.
also focus we have to focus that we are underlining the most important thing only.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Yeah.
So in this case, the first problem with the answer is that they never, like he never write here the word definition. Start with that. Even though he's mentioning the definition, but he's not writing that particular word definition. Fine, sir. He just start with the arrow. And again, yes, it's not the complete binary. It's nearly, or I can say almost complete binary. So you have to go with the standard reference book and then write the definition. Then the
Okay.
second point is there are two types of heap data structure, right? Max heap. In max heap, the key present at the root node must be greater among the key present in its child node. So the point is you are just mentioning the theory part here. Even though you can write here like A of parent or A of key less than equal to A of the child node, like this formula. Okay, if you mention that formula, so the examiner no need to go with the proper definition, no need to, he has like easy understandable in that nature if you just write the formula. Okay. In the same case of min heap, you can underline the min heap word. You have to underline the max heap word. Fine. And you
Okay.
have to write with different pens. You have to use the different color pens. Fine. So again, the definition is the right one, but again, you have to mention that particular definition with the formula. Now, here the problems again come. So insert. So you have to mention some applications. Where do you have to mention the applications? At the end,
Sir,
right?
actually, whatever the problem was given in the side. So, sir, I just started at noting down how the first element will come, where it has to be the child or the parent elements, and according
That
to
is the
that,
fine.
I
That
made.
yeah, Mrunal, that is fine. The point is see the question. In question, I am just talking about. Please explain heap data structure and its type. Okay, you follow the sequence. Then you follow the sequence like mentioning 5 different application of heap data structure, which is not
Okay.
included in your answer, right?
Yes, sir. Actually,
Okay,
sir,
so
I'm not aware of that 5 application. So I
okay,
skipped it part and started just mentioning the constructing the mean heap data structure.
yeah, okay, we can go with that part. Okay. And again, the second point, if you are talking about the type of min, hin, and max heap, you just write the theory part. Even though you have to give some examples here by constructing the tree diagram of min heap and max heap.
Okay.
Fine. That makes your answer more effective. Fine.
Oh, yeah.
So So hardly it will take it will take a 20 seconds. So you have to write the examples of min heap and max heap. Again, if you start with the new sub problems, that is constructing of min heap, then you have to make a heading for that part.
Okay.
Fine. Now you are writing here insert 30. Good point. The first element is the 30. Then it will be parent node. Okay. Then okay, try to like not try so much mistakes. No, don't try to do that much mistakes. Okay. Then
Okay.
insert 15 as 15 is less than 13. Now I don't know where the 15 exists, where the 30 exists. You have to give the array representation also, as already asked in the question, and then
Ah,
you are never writing the indexes of these nodes. Is 15, it has node number 1 or 0 or 2, whatever it may be. So you are not writing, that part is missing here. So again, so 15 will become parent node and it will be of child node, fine. And in C, now you are just comparing 15 and 30. So you are not writing that we need to swap. If you are using min heap, then no need to swap. If you are making or constructing a max heap, then you have to mention that yes, because the 15 is less than 13, then we need to perform the swap operation. And after swap operation, the resultant tree look like this. In this way, you have to mention each and everything, each and every important operations. Fine, because algorithm is totally depends upon the operations, what operations you are doing.
okay.
Fine. Again, insert 75. Okay, like insert 75 again, you have to start as 15 less than 75. You have to start with the new line, because the
Okay.
next element is 75. Then you have to tell yes, now I'm trying to insert 75 in the above tree or in the given tree. Fine.
Okay.
So there is a lot of mistakes, of lot of things are missing in this problem, in this answer. Okay. So in this way, again, array representation, index representation of each and every step. So whatever the operation you are performing, comparison and swap operation, whatever the required. So you have to mention each and everything. Fine.
Yes,
And
sir.
the third point I want to say, like you want to insert 45. So please try to make that as in a different notation. That may be a dotted notation, that may be a like double notation or whatever, double line as. Okay. So it gives a differentiate between the resultant tree and the element, the newly element which you want to insert.
Okay. So
Right?
means
Do you,
whenever I just insert an any element, so I have to compare it like how it becomes the child node on the parent node in the diagrammatic representations in that way.
yeah, you have, like if you want to insert 45 here and 30 is the parent of 45, so
Ah,
make it that is dotted line. Okay, that shows
okay,
that
okay,
yes, now you insert 45. Now you, what you have to do is you have to write as the parent of 45. Like you can say, if you are indexing, uses the indices, you can write that yeah, a of 2 is less than a of 4. That's why we need to perform swap, or we no need to perform swap. You have to mention each and everything. Fine. Because
yeah,
algorithm is totally dependent upon the time complexity, and time complexity is totally based upon the number of operations you are doing. Okay.
okay,
And if you are trying to write that things, it means you know the actual algorithm, you know the actual operations, you know what is the time complexity. That reflects by your answer only. Okay.
okay.
Fine.
Yes,
And
got it.
okay. So the similar mistakes you are doing in each and every step, and finally you are not concluding the answer.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes,
So
I
that
got
is
it.
the part missing. So a lot of things are missing here. You are not, you are like in the definition part only, you are just underlining something, and afterwards you are not underlining anything. You are not using bullet point. You are not using the differentiate the newly element. You are not using the indexes. You are not writing here array representation. So a lot of things are missing, and including the 5 applications. Fine.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So sir, can I share the,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah.
would you like to say
Yes, sir.
something?
I would like to give some inputs if you can take me to the top.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Okay, tops. Okay.
Yes, so as you rightly pointed out, like things are not that properly done. Whenever some question is given, I think the starting has to be from some kind of introduction or something. तो वो एरो से
Okay,
नहीं होता है, वो सही पॉइंट था. उसके बाद अंडरलाइनिंग एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक्टिविटी है. अंडरलाइनिंग अगर आप वैसे भी कर दोगे, एनी पर्टिकुलर वर्ड्स यू आर अंडरलाइनिंग, इट विल लूज इट्स इंपॉर्टेंस. देन वी गो, यू सेड two types of data structures are there. सो टाइप 1 यू आर सेइंग मैक्स हीप, एंड देन ये उसका हेडिंग है, तो हेडिंग मैक्स हीप को अंडरलाइन किया जा सकता है मेरे को लगता है। और फिर आपने उसको लिखा अच्छे तरीके से, और उसके बाद आपने सेकंड जो लिखा है दैट इज द सेकंड टाइप, गो डाउन सर, दैट इज अ मिनिमम हीप इज द सेकंड टाइप, उसको भी अंडरलाइन किया जा सकता था। अभी आप देखोगे तो कुछ आपका लेफ्ट और राइट जो सेंटेंस की लेंथ है वो
हाँ,
यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है, मतलब पूरे पेज में सेंटेंस की लेंथ जो यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है, वो नॉन यूनिफॉर्म है। नेक्स्ट सर,
ओके,
नेक्स्ट वी गो डाउन। उसके बाद आपने दो टाइप्स एक्सप्लेन किया, उसके बाद आई डोंट नो इंसर्ट हाउ इट स्टार्टेड 1 2 3 व्हाट इट स्टार्टेड, बट 1 2 3 4 5 अगर हम दे रहे हैं तो आई थिंक देयर हैज टू बी सम काइंड ऑफ थिंग वी शुड राइट कि नाउ द फॉलोइंग आर द इंसर्ट्स, स्टेप्स ऑफ इंसर्ट और समथिंग, वो एक
ओके,
लाइन लिखने का 1 2 3 4 आ जाएगा। तो जो भी आगे आ रहा है फ्लो कर रहा है अकॉर्डिंगली होना चाहिए, कटिंग नहीं होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल भी नहीं। कटिंग एक सबसे बड़ा रीजन होता है आपके मार्क्स कटने का, जैसे आपने कितना कटिंग कर रखा है यहाँ
ओके,
पे, वो सबसे बड़ा रीजन है। थोड़ा नीचे आएंगे सर, सो थोड़ा और नीचे आएंगे जब, तो और थोड़ा नीचे सर, इंसर्ट से जो, हाँ थोड़ा और नीचे, और नीचे। अभी जैसे इन्होंने पेज लिखा हुआ, आई डोंट नो फोटोग्राफ लेंथ वो बैलेंस नहीं है यूनिफॉर्म, नीचे आइए सर, थोड़ा और नीचे। आई वुड लाइक टू शो कि उन्होंने सेंटेंस और इंसर्ट्स को भी मिक्स कर दिया बीच में, थोड़ा और नीचे आइए। I was seeing that
Yeah.
somewhere he has
Yes.
written insert and diagram he has made. Length of left and right is not uniformly managed. बीच में उन्होंने डायग्राम्स बना दिया था एक में, आई थिंक दैट इज एट द टॉप और समथिंग। तो वो लेफ्ट साइड राइट साइड और डायग्राम आपको बनाना है प्रॉपरली, और सेंटेंस की लेंथ इक्वल होनी चाहिए। और इंसर्ट 1 इंसर्ट 2 कर रहे हैं उसको अंडरलाइन कर दीजिए। तो थोड़ा ब्यूटीफाई करना पड़ेगा आपको अपना आंसर, उसमें 1 2 नंबर का फर्क पड़ेगा। सेम
ओके,
कंटेंट के साथ अगर आप उसको ब्यूटीफाई कर देंगे, अच्छे तरीके से लिख देंगे, ये जो आपने लिखा है इसको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से लिख देंगे, तो मेरे को लगता है 1 नंबर 2 नंबर ज्यादा दे देगा वो आपको। और 1 2 नंबर अगर आपको ज्यादा मिलेंगे तो ओवरऑल सोचिए आप कितना डिफरेंस पड़ता है 300 नंबर में। दैट इज द मेन थिंग विच वी आर ट्राइंग टू फोकस, कि 300 मार्क्स में 30 20 30 नंबर का डिफरेंस कैसे डाला जा सकता है। एंड बिलीव मी दीज हैव सम इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स, दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एक्चुअली।
ओके, गॉट इट
हाँ,
सर।
तो राइटिंग स्किल्स पे इंप्रूव करना पड़ेगा आपको काफी ज्यादा, कैसे आप इसको अच्छा तरीके से लिखते हैं।
यस सर।
इसका हम रेफरेंस आंसर आपको लिख के देंगे, किस तरीके से हमने, अगर मुकेश सर ने लिखा होगा, ये हम शेयर कर
Yes,
देंगे
sir.
बाद में आपके
सर
साथ।
वी
हाँ जी।
कैन, अभी सेशन के एंड में मैं अपना रेफरेंस आंसर दूंगा सर, सो वी जस्ट स्टे विद अस, ओके मनोज?
ओके,
या दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड सर।
एंड तेजस्वी, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just opening your answer. Okay,
Yes, sir.
wait a minute. Yes, Tejasvi,
Yes, sir.
is it visible? Your
Yes,
answer is visible?
yes, sir. Yes,
यस
sir.
इट इज विजिबल सर।
Fine, sir. So start with your answer, Tejasvi. So see, start with the problem, heap data structure, right? You start with the heap data structure word. So you give
अभी
a
देखो
proper
इसमें,
definition.
सॉरी टू कट यू मुकेश सर, देखो
Yes,
इसमें
sir.
तेजस्वी ने बीइंग गर्ल, गर्ल्स ऑलवेज हैव अ वेरी गुड राइटिंग स्किल्स। सो
Right, sir.
उसने टू टाइप्स है, टू टाइप्स का टाइप 1 टाइप 2 लिखा उसने, फिर उसके बाद आया दिस इज हाउ वी हैव टू राइट। और
Yes, sir.
एग्जामिनर को भी कैसे पता लगता है लड़के का पेपर है लड़की का पेपर है, वो साफ साफ लिखेगी, उसको एक एक 2 2 नंबर ज्यादा देगा वो। सो अकॉर्डिंगली आपके ओवरऑल में डिफरेंस क्रिएट होता है। दिस इज राइटली नीट, नीट एंड क्लीन। या
And I want to say in like Tejasvi, you are using the capital letter in the second row, like data D capital, structure S capital. So please don't do like that. Okay, you have to mention in small letters only. D is small, S is small. Fine. So keep in mind this point. Fine. Good. So you are just using the proper definition of core man, and that's a good thing. So there are two types of heap data structures, right? Mean heap and max heap. In mean heap, you mentioning very good. That is the important point, sir. So the main property of heap. So you are under like writing in a box, and that is very very important. Fine. So it means that whenever the examiner checks your sheet, no need no need to read all those 4 lines. Just go with your box information and like that is the correct one. Fine. And in the same case, maxi, very good. Now you are missing one part here. You have to give the some examples of min heap and max heap. Again, hardly it will take 20 seconds. Fine, 10 seconds for each one.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Small.
Tejasvi? Yeah, please mention again, give that some example. Like hardly it will be of 5 node or 6 node. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now, very good. Application of heap data structure, priority queue. heap algorithm, fine. You are underlining also. You are using the arrow indexes, fine. Memory, fine, fine, and fine. Great. Now moving towards construction. That's the good point. Like you start the subproblems with the heading construction of min heap for given elements, right? In again you are mentioning like what you are trying to write. So but now here the point is okay, array, okay. So swap. See, now after step two, in step two, at the end, you have to mention the array representation of these two elements. Fine?
Okay, sir. In the box, it means.
Yeah, in an array. Again, in the step three also, you are writing you are doing comparison, and if swap required, you are mentioning all those information. So that is a good part. Fine. But the missing part is only you have to write the like instead of writing the a of 0 you can start with 0, okay, because tree we never write trees values, we are just mentioning their indexes, okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are writing 15 as 0, now 30 as 1 and 75 as 2, and the same thing you can reflect in your array, fine.
Yes, sir.
So okay, so see, do one thing. Like if you are writing here, like you are making the diagram at the left hand side and right and operation information at the right hand side, like compare a of 3 greater than. So you are like cutting something here. So don't do like that, okay? Keep in mind all those points. Next step 5, resultant previous tree, very good. Now you're doing comparison. Again, some like cutting is there, so avoid all this stuff. And finally, okay, okay, good thing, good, good, very good. It means you are like writing all the swap and comparison operations, then mentioning with the arrow, that is a good part, and the final array represents. That's good point. But again, you can add some conclusion point also. Like this is the final array and above tree is the final tree. Okay. So you have to mention after constructing the given min heap from the following elements. So that is the tree and that is my array. Okay, so you can finally finish your answer with a conclusion. Or if you don't want to make again the same tree, at least you have to write the above tree and the above array is the final mean heap structure. Fine. In this way, you can end up your
Yes,
solution.
yes.
Fine. Fine.
Sir,
And
I
try
got
to improve some writing part. Like start with the answer, you write very clean. But after that, I think there is, I don't know, you are in hurry or what.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I want to submit at 2 o'clock now, sir. That's why in hurry I have.
Okay, okay, but keep in
That's
mind
not
for the
done.
next problems, okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Vidyan, sir.
Yeah, Mukesh sir, I think they are provided there in actual exam the lined paper, not blank paper.
Yes,
So
sir.
maybe they can find out the lined paper in the market and they can start writing on that. That will help them to simulate this entire examination experience. And
Yes, sir.
she is also writing like LC greater than equal to root node less than equal to RC. I think she's mixing the things. There is a lot of space, but she's
Yes,
sometimes very constricted way when she's writing. That is not to be done. That is to be avoided. Rest, she, as you rightly said, she started very nicely, but later on, she has mixed up the things somewhere. Yeah.
and this is we do one thing, like if you are representing LC as left child, so whenever you are writing left child, the proper word left child, so please mention LC in the bracket in front of that, okay?
Okay, sir.
So now I don't know what is LC, so you have to mention somewhere left, it's a left child, somewhere it's a RC denote right child, fine?
Okay, sir.
Fine,
Sir,
and other
there is any need to write the formulas like left child of I equal to I into 2 to
that you already mentioned, I think, in the starting, the min heap and max heap. Yes, that's part.
that's not,
Yeah,
sir. To identify the parent node, you told some formulas left child of I equal to I into 2 and
yeah,
right
yeah,
child of I
yeah,
equal. Is
yeah.
there any need to mention anywhere, sir?
There is no that such restrictions. If you have time, you can mention that part because, like, again, we are performing the some comparison with the parent child, so we need to know where is the parent index, right? So you have to mention. If you have the sufficient time, then you can please mention that part also.
Okay, sir. In the
Fine, and
introduction.
please add the examples of min heap and max heap. Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
fine. Other than that, it's precise answer, I can say.
Okay, sir.
Fine.
Thank you, sir.
So stay here. So we just I just share my screen also. Okay, my answer also. Okay, next, yes,
Hello. Yes.
yes, you not send
Yes,
me
sir.
the like
Yes, sir. I send you WhatsApp on WhatsApp.
right now. You are just sending.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I just start with Sasan. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Yes, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So again, Sasan, I think the same error with like you are not mentioning the definition or the word heap data structure. You are not mentioning. You have to start with that word only. Okay. So heap is a special tree based data structure in which the tree is a complete. Again, it's not a complete binary. It is a almost complete or nearly complete. So just refer the standard book. Okay. And then this is the example 10, 20, 30. So fine. Now types of heap. Okay, here the elements are represented that left side. So, okay, instead of writing the unnecessary theory, you are just writing the formula. That is again a good thing. And making a example, giving an example point. But again, you have to write here array representation as well as the indexes on the node. Okay.
Okay.
If you have time, you have to mention that part. Okay. Okay, right, correct one. Then main heap, again, you are writing the okay formula and just example. Okay, application, good, very good. So we're underlining the start in the heading part to allocate. That is a good point. Again, construction, inserting 30, inserting 50, compare the node with the parent since node less than no, so swap. Good part. But again, you are missing here array representation and you are missing here the indexes on the node. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine, fine. Again, and please, if possible, try to make the oval neat and clean. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And that part very good. And again, I'm just saying like while inserting a new element, you have to mention with the dotted as right. That's the good part. So I think Shashank, you already follow the Coleman book. I think so. That's why you are just adding and dotting, writing the dotted as an array representation. Very good. That's the nice thing. So you are mentioning here array start from the zero, right? In that case, the given formula, so final, final, and okay. So you are concluding something. So you have to write the word conclude or summary. Okay,
Yes, sir.
final conclusion or final result. You can write like that heading and then write this final tree as well as the array representation. Fine.
Yes, sir.
And try to write some one or two theory line in the conclusion and then mention your diagram and array. Fine.
Okay,
So
sir.
okay, but try to avoid the cuttings. Okay,
Yes.
and try to make the proper node like here in this 10, 15, 75, 48. So you are in one side you are just making a single edge, on the other side you are like I think use double time, you are using double time pen on the similar edge. That's why it's there is a somewhat not seeing a proper answer. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yes, within the zone.
Okay, so I think he is written nicely, sir, except that somewhere वो क्रॉस किया हुआ है, रबिंग किया हुआ है,
Yes sir.
और किसी जगह पे बड़े फ्री फ्लो में, फ्री हैंड स्टाइल में उन्होंने वो अंदर इनसे वो लिखा हुआ है, जो मैं नीचे देख
Yes
रहा
sir.
था. That should
Yes
be
sir.
properly written. The rest I think is used properly. Space को
Yes sir.
properly use किया जा सकता है, जहाँ पे लेफ्ट राइट स्पेस बचे वहां पे properly use किया जा सकता है उसको. थोड़ा नीचे
Yes sir.
चलेंगे सर, will go down little bit. या दिस इज ओके, गो डाउन. जैसे फॉन्ट साइज है तो यूनिफॉर्म फॉन्ट साइज मेंटेन करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. पीछे आई थिंक वन गर्ल कैंडिडेट वाज आल्सो राइटिंग एलसी. सो वेर एवर यू
Yes sir.
राइट लेफ्ट, आई
Child.
थिंक दिस इज व्हाट सर.
Left child.
हाँ, लेफ्ट चाइल्ड, तो लेफ्ट चाइल्ड के ब्रैकेट में ही एलसी को डिफाइन कर देना चाहिए. अगर आप एलसी एब्रीविएशन यूज करना चाहते हो फ्यूचर में कहीं पे, तो जहां पे आपने लेफ्ट चाइल्ड लिखा है उसके ब्रैकेट में एलसी लिख दो, सो दैट फ्यूचर में अगर कहीं आप उसमें आगे अगर कहीं लिखते हो आप एलसी, तो ही अंडरस्टैंड्स दिस इज एलसी. नीचे जाएंगे सर. अब देखो यहाँ स्पेस थोड़ा सा कम था, तो ही हैज रिटन फॉर एग्जांपल 10, 20 बहुत छोटा छोटा करके लिख दिया. वहां पे एग्जाम में ऐसा नहीं करना है. इट हैज टू बी प्रॉपर्ली डन. एंड क्रॉस तो वो कटिंग तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए, जैसे यहाँ पे कटिंग हुआ है, दैट शुड बी अवॉइडेड. एंड नेक्स्ट वी गो डाउन सर, नेक्स्ट वी गो डाउन। हाँ, ये जो लिखा है इसकी मैं बात कर रहा था, इंसर्टिंग 30, इंसर्टिंग 15। ये ऐसा
Yes.
लग रहा है फ्री फ्लो में लिख दिया हुआ है। इट शुड नॉट बी डन लाइक दैट। इट शुड बी
Yes.
प्रॉपरली रिटन, इंसर्टिंग 30, और अगर ओवल बनाना है ओवल बनाओ, रेक्टेंगल बनाना है रेक्टेंगल बनाओ, whatever you want to make, but make it very neatly. That is what is to be done. The rest is
Yes.
okay from my side.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This seat is whose this seat is? This answer?
Yes, sir.
Pranjal. Okay.
Yes.
So Pranjal start with
So I start kindly go to the bottom.
is this is so
Yes.
how
No,
you
no,
get
sir.
okay.
The bottom, sir. Bottom. Please, sir.
Okay, bottom to top. Okay,
Right.
fine. From here. Fine. So heap is a data structure having an array. Again, you have to mention the word definition or heap data structure and underline it and then start. Okay. Fine. Very good. So there are two types of, again, whenever you are writing, start your sub problems, then at least you have to like, please leave one line. Okay. Then it's, so now it's very hard for me to like finding where your sub problem start. Okay. So do that part, and there are two types of heap data structure. Great. So max heap in this data structure, fine. You are underlining the formula, very good. So you are giving the proper example of min heap, very good. An explanation, very good. And also the very good. The tree represent array representation is also be there. Okay, fine, good. So again, the formula for finding the left child, right child, and parent, good. And then okay, go with the max heap. Again, the proper definition with underlining, then indexes on the tree node, array representation is proper, explanation is proper. Then you start with the sub part, the construction, but are you adding the application part or not?
No, sir. Actually, I forgot that, sir. Sorry.
Okay, fine. So you start with the construct the mini for the following element and also show the again, okay, fine, good. You input mentioning properly, insert 30, fine. Step 2, now compare, swap, you are performing. Again, you have to mention the indexes on the node, okay?
Yes, sir.
And on the in the array representation also,
Yes.
fine. So please keep in mind for the next time, okay? And next, I think you follow the similar things.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, good point. Okay, okay, fine. So I think your answer is like in a proper format, but I want to see the final conclusion part. Okay. So you have to final answer. You use the word again, but at least I think my suggestion is to use the word conclusion or final answer, and then you have to
Okay.
write the tree and the array representation with the indexes and the name of the array. Okay.
Yes.
And please add on those application part also. Okay. And using the bullet, using the underline part.
Sir, I forgot.
Yes, Vijendra sir.
ठीक लिखा है सर, अच्छा लगा मेरे को। कई जगह कटिंग है लेकिन अच्छा लिखा है, और ब्लैक
Yes,
एंड
sir.
ब्लू पेन का यूज किया है। और
Yes,
साथ में मेरे को लगता है कई जगह पे थ्योरी की एक दो लाइंस ऐड हो सकती हैं। जो
yes,
कंक्लूजन
sir.
किया है, जो इंट्रोडक्शन किया है, वहां पे कुछ हो सकता है। बाकी लाइन वाला पेज है, बाकी स्टूडेंट्स भी इससे सीखेंगे किस तरीके से लाइन में सीधा करके लिखना है और
Yes, sir.
बहुत बैलेंस बना के लिखना है। तो मेरे को
हम्म,
ठीक लग रहा है सर, दिस इज अ गुड स्टाइल। कंटेंट यू विल
हाँ,
टेल, बट आई
अच्छा
थिंक
था
इट्स
सर। और धीरे धीरे इम्प्रूवमेंट आएगा, बच्चे जैसे प्रैक्टिस
यस
करेंगे तो आई थिंक इम्प्रूवमेंट विल बी देयर सर।
यस।
Thank you, sir.
और
ओके।
इसमें मुकेश सर, बिकॉज इट इज अ एग्जामिनर पेटेंट एंड डिजाइन का पेपर है, इसमें राइटिंग स्किल इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट होती है बिकॉज पेटेंट्स को आप लिखना पड़ता है। देयर इज अ रीजन टू
राइट
टेक
सर।
दिस राइटिंग स्किल वेरी वेरी मेटिकुलसली एंड सीरियसली। अनलाइक
यस
अदर
सर।
एग्जाम्स, राइटिंग स्किल इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर दिस वेरी रीजन।
राइट सर। सो नाउ दिस शीट, यस, यस, इज दिस इज योर आंसर? हेलो, यस,
Hello. Yes, sir.
इज इट योर आंसर शीट?
No, no, sir.
And this one is for I think yours is not present in the session. Okay. So
Yes,
I
sir, I
think
just sent it to WhatsApp.
you just send me. I have to.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wait a minute. Is it visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is your
Yes.
first
No,
start.
sir, last place. We start from last place.
Okay. Even though you are using a line sheet, but again, I think by seeing your answer, you start with the word answer, then heap, again missing the part definition or the heap data structure part. So you just mention the here, and so there are two types of heap. Again, main heap you have to underline, then give a proper. Okay, the example is right. The again you have to write the indexes on the node, array representation, as well as you have to mention the formula or the property in a box, or you can underline that part. Okay,
Okay.
because what happen if I'm just go with the min heap, I have to read all those four or five statements or five lines, then I have to conclude, and then I have to match with your example. Okay, so
Yes.
if there is some formula, there is some property, you have to, if is it possible to mention that property in a very short notation, you have to write, or you have to use that notation also. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Again, see. Now, if you are mentioning a node like 20 or 20, you have to join it properly. Fine.
Okay.
There is no such breakage. Like in a graph or in a tree, there is no such breakage. Otherwise, you are making a disconnected tree. And that is not the proper format. Okay. Keep in mind that stuff.
Okay.
And again, writing, you are using a word here. So you have to put a comma here. Okay.
Okay.
So these are some small things, but you have to keep in mind while writing the answer.
Okay.
And again, the application part, okay, but I think, okay, that is the right. But still, if you can add the heading in the each and every application, like application in the field of medical science, in the agriculture field, or in the field of finding some route or whatever it may be, if you can add that as a heading, that is more effective. Okay, that will
Okay.
make your answer like now maxi again you have to mention underline that array representation is missing, index is missing, again the proper formatting of tree is missing. Okay,
Okay.
and again here the same thing you are doing. So building high, wait a minute. So that part, like, so if you start with your prompt build heap using, okay, so 30, now 50 not properly connected, then you are not, you are right, you are making min heap. So where is your min heap at the second stage? This is not the min heap. Now you have to swap.
Yes. Yes.
First
Okay.
you have to write, we are doing the comparison between 30 and 15, as 30 is greater than 15, so there is a requirement of swap. So you have to perform the result. No, you have to mention the resultant tree. Fine.
Okay. Yes.
So you and all the things are missing here, and array representation for each step is missing here. Okay,
Okay.
so a lot of improvement is required. Fine.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So again, the same thing, same things. So you are writing just 45. No, you have to mention insert element 45 or insert value 45 in the given tree. Okay, you have to
Okay.
mention each and everything. And you are whenever you are trying to write the next step or next element you want to insert, then you start from the new line. Like in
Okay.
that case, you are writing parallelly. Okay, So don't do like that. And you have to mention the proper comparison you do because the condition is fulfilled or not. That's why you have to do the comparison, or you have to perform the swap, or there is no requirement of swap. So you have to mention that information in a very precise in way, not like writing the theory too much. So you have to mention that part also. So
Okay, sir.
again, still a lot of improvement is required. And then the same thing. And finally, okay, array representation. Where is array representation? Okay, see, okay, okay, good. That is a good point. Okay, so
Yes.
you just write using a box here. So finding the parent, left, right. That is a good part. Again, you have to conclude with the tree also. Okay,
Okay,
or
okay,
otherwise you have to mention that the above tree or the previous tree is the final resultant tree.
okay,
Fine,
okay,
Vijender sir.
okay, sir.
So I think sir more or less आपने बता दिया है सारा वही है
Yes,
the
sir.
same thing, and I think he has also compared his writing with other students writing जो पहले हमने देखा था, तो वही हमें सिस्टमेटिकली लिखना है, स्पेस को प्रॉपरली यूज करना है, और जहाँ हेडिंग हो सकता है हेडिंग लिखना है, जहाँ पे राइटअप हो सकता है राइटअप लिखना है, स्पेस अनयूटिलाइज नहीं जाना चाहिए, वो इसमें कुछ मिस्टेक्स हैं, क्रिस क्रॉस नहीं करना है, कटिंग नहीं करना है. These are from my side and we have seen other students also. बाकी आपने दे दिया है सर, दैट इज ओके.
I think that is all about like five
या
students here.
वी हैव डन. या
Yes, sir.
तो गुड एक्सरसाइज. आई मीन कंबाइंड 5-6 बच्चों के साथ जो डिस्कशन हुआ मुकेश सर, आई थिंक दैट इज ओके. मे बी आई डोंट नो वेदर वी वांट टू शो आवर आंसर आल्सो टू देम और
Okay, sir. I'm just sharing my answers. Sir. I think that will be helpful for the students.
यस.
See, my dear, here I just start with the word definition because in question the first is explain heap data structure. So I just start with the word definition. So I am writing the proper definition. Use the paragraph. Fine. And then again I'm writing how to find out the parent. I'm using the sign. Maybe it may not be the bullet sign, but still I'm using a arrow sign to finding the formulas. So how we can get, and then all the things are already I mentioned in the above part. Okay, whatever the I and whatever all this. Now types of heap mentioning, start with a new line, underlining that part. Two type of heap, again subpart A and B, arrow with sign, highlight with the arrow sign. In both type of heap, see, yes, if the value is in the satisfy the heap property. So what is the heap property? I start with E. What happened? Okay. See, in min heap, I'm just writing the theory part as well as the formula where I'm just mentioning the formula in the box. Then I'm writing the example of min heap. I underline that part. I just draw a tree, and in while drawing the tree, I'm making the balanced tree like wherever the second level is there, the level is at the same height, the next level is the same height. Using the indexes, then array representation, using the array representation. Also, I am using the indexes, then again mentioning the example of max heap. Fine. So in this way, then application of heap data structure, that is a subpart. Then I start with the application. So writing the 5 applications and then start with the subpart again, construction of min heap, insert element 30. I insert parallelly, I mention the array representation. Next, insert the next element. Then 1 and 2 here again as A of 1 is less or greater than A of 2. So I just mentioned, I think swap required or not required. So again, in the next part also, I mentioned no need of swap because this property is satisfied. That is A of 3 is greater than A of I. So no need of swap. And again, mentioning the final array representation. Fine, my dear students. In this way, I'm mentioning the all the subpart or all the insert element. And finally, conclusion part is there. Fine, my dear students. So in this way, you have to write you have to make a proper tree. You have to make write the array representation. You have to write the conclusion. You have to underline the word. You have to try to like if you want to insert a new element, then you have to insert that element with other notations, maybe a dotted edge for all this stuff. Fine. and use the proper bullet sign. And whenever you are trying to insert new element, you start with a new line. Okay. Fine. Also, I'll send this my answer in the WhatsApp group. Okay. You already, I think you are in the WhatsApp group. So I'll just send and please refer this answer. Fine for the future sheets. Yes, Vijendra sir. So I think we already discussed all the basic Yes. Anyone have any doubt? Any query?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, when we insert 48, is there need to compare 2 times, sir?
Yeah, you have to mention like because if you just insert one element and after inserting and performing the swap operations, that will be not over the final tree, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to write some theory and hardly one line theory because it's an intermediate result. So we have to swap again with their parent. And if yes, condition satisfies, that's the requirement of swap. So we have to swap and you have to make a different tree. Keep in mind.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
If there is no need of swap also, we have to compare 2 times and write 2 times steps, sir.
Yeah. Because that's why if property is satisfied, then only we have to stop our algorithm now.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Yes, Vijendra sir.
हेलो
Any
सर
other query, my dear students? Yes.
हेलो सर
Yes,
सर ये जो क्वेश्चन है सर हमको डेली बेसिस पर मिलेंगे और ये सेशन डेली होगा
यस ये डेली होगा और आपको डेली बेसिस पे क्वेश्चन मिलेगा, आपको अपने आंसर सबमिट करने हैं। तो ये हमारा आप लोगों का फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस था। तो ट्राई टू राइट योर आंसर लाइक इन अ लाइन पेजेस, ओके, एंड ट्राई टू यूज and only two color, one is black, one is blue, okay.
Okay sir, when we will get next question for tomorrow?
After the session. No, after the session.
Okay sir, okay, thank you.
Good. Any other query?
Sir, one question regarding sir the theory part and the content, sir. Sir,
Okay.
actually I don't have that content. So where we can get this content for that writing? Because
so,
sir, in the standard.
whenever you are trying to write the definition part, some property part, some characteristics part, or this stuff, so I believe that you have to follow the standard reference book, okay? Because they are using the proper word. Even sometimes what happens, we know the concept, we know the logic, but whenever we are trying to write, like some of the student writing complete binary tree. So heap is not a complete binary tree, na? It's a nearly complete binary tree. The word nearly is very important.
Okay.
Right? So just follow the standard reference book and try to see the like I can see the weightage of each and every word. Yes, if that word is required, you have to mention that particular word in your definition. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Any other query, please? Fine. Yes, I think that's fine from my side. Vijendra sir?
Yeah, so it is wonderful, Mukesh sir, whatever write-up you gave, and I think we'll send it to the students. And at
Yes,
the
sir.
end, 100 such good questions we are going to provide to all the students there. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
going to be a very good collection, Mukesh sir. So with this, I
Yes.
think we ended up the session, Mukesh sir, today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
So,
and
thank you,
I request
dear
all the students. I request all the students to keep writing it. This is a beginning. बाकियों का भी आंसर यहाँ पे देखते रहो. Though we will be sharing this video, आप बाकियों का भी आंसर देखते रहो और क्वेश्चन पूछो. We ask more questions and इसकी प्रैक्टिस करो. I am very sure 20, 30, 40 marks का difference पड़ेगा and you can compete
Yes, sir,
with
because
others
if
very easily.
we talk about like we have 12 questions, each has a part like 24 number of questions. And in each and every question, if we just get with if you follow some instructions, then I think, sir, we can get 2 or 3 more marks. So it will
That's true.
overall reflect of like 40
बहुत
to
difference
50
पड़
marks. Yes, sir.
Okay, Mukesh sir, thanks a lot. Thank you, each one of you. Thank you, sir.